I'm going to share with you the 5 non-negotiables behind my top producing real estate business. In 2014, my husband and I left our 9-to-5s to get into real estate with no experience in the industry. We had a very limited budget to work with, and we really didn't know anybody. It took us a lot longer to grow than we would have liked. We made plenty of mistakes along the way. But once we figured out these 5 non-negotiables, our real estate business did a total 180. Let's get into it. Back then, we used to think that getting as many clients as possible was going to be what led us to success. We used to go with the flow and just kind of react to anything that was handed to us, and it was adventurous, but it wasn't exactly a recipe for a consistent, scalable business. So once we implemented these 5 non-negotiables, our business became way more consistent. We got paid consistently, we worked with clients that we loved working with, and everything just felt way more peaceful. All of this took a little bit of time, and it wasn't easy at first, but these are total game changers, and I challenge you to choose at least one of these that I'm about to give you to really focus on in 2024 for a more peaceful, sustainable real estate business. Non-negotiable number 1, creating an actual business plan. When you get into real estate, you are choosing to run a real estate business. If you want to have consistent paydays, if you want things to run seamlessly, if you want to feel structured and organized in your real estate business, then you can't operate like an employee or like a salesperson. You have to operate like a CEO. And once that clicked for us, that changed everything about the way that we changed how we ran our business. This is what we like to call no more random acts of real estate. We got super serious about planning our days, planning our weeks, months, and years. We got very strategic in the goals that we set. It was really like dialing in a complete roadmap to taking our business from kind of floundering and having us drown and overwhelmed to confidently getting back into the driver's seat and going where we wanted to go. And side note, going to the whiteboard in your office and writing your big income goal on the board and calling it a day is not a business plan. Even taking the time to write out how many homes you want to sell and how much money you want to earn at the end of the year, that's not a business plan. When I'm talking business planning, I'm talking identifying the big initiatives that you have for the year, breaking those down into quarterly milestones, identifying your monthly projects that will help you achieve them, and then planning it out on a daily and weekly basis. That is the level of detail that was required in our planning to take us from that crazy overwhelm to crazy confidence and clarity. Let's move on to non-negotiable number 2. We really focused on deepening client relationships instead of always looking for the next client or the next lead. Have you ever felt like that in your business where as soon as you have a closing, you're constantly looking for the next person or the next hand raiser, and then 2-3 years go by and you realize you haven't spoken to that great client that you had for years? That was something that we found ourselves doing too. And what we learned in doing a little bit of research is that it costs 5 times more to generate a new client than it costs to retain an existing one. And so we got really curious about how we can deepen our client relationships so that every closing led to an additional 5 clients in referrals and repeat business. And what this required us to do was shift our mindset to the client journey. And this is what we call the $1 million client journey. We really dialed in our systems before, during, and after the transaction to create a wow client experience, and then make sure that we had the right tools that we needed to stay in touch with them after the close. And in fact, at the closing table is really when our work begins, because then now that we got paid for that one client, the task is to look ahead to the next 5 over the next 2 years. How can we teach that client and inspire them and encourage them to continue referring us and be an ambassador for our business? How can we help open the doors of opportunity for them to invest further into real estate if that's what they want to do? By being curious and looking for those types of post-close strategies, it completely transformed our ability to attract genuinely amazing clients. And in fact, this was a core part of how I built out the Market Authority Academy. So in the Market Authority Academy, my signature mentorship program for real estate agents, they get that entire business blueprint, including the $1 million client journey, where we walk them through how to make sure that they are getting repeat and referral business. And in fact, we had an awesome win shared by Dylan in the Market Authority Academy, who within 6 months of going through the program was able to grow her business. And this is what Dylan said in an email that she sent over. I literally cried when I got this email. She said, in the past 6 months, I have doubled my units from the year from when I started, making me at 14 units right now. The most I've sold in a year so far in my career was 9, so this was huge for me. That is the power of a very dialed in client journey, and that's why we call it the $1 million client journey. And so that's why that's non-negotiable too. It changed my business, and it is transformational for the other agents that I teach that to as well. Side note, if you're interested in that kind of thing, check out the details below. Book a call with me to learn about the Market Authority Academy. If it seems like a good fit, and if it seems like I can help you reach your goals next year, I'll show you how you can join the program. Non-negotiable number 3, let's get to it. Efficiency is key, but effectiveness is golden. One thing that we learned was it doesn't matter how efficient you are at something if you're not doing the right thing anyway. Let me say that again. If you're not doing the right things, it doesn't matter how good you are at them. So in this, we really learned how to do more with less. And part of that meant automating and delegating tasks that didn't have to be done necessarily by us. Now, automating and delegating comes after a while. That's never the first step. The first step is making sure that your workflows are dialed in. Once we got to that point, we could not offload those to technology and people fast enough. But the more important thing that we did was we made sure to eliminate as much as possible from our business that didn't fall into the 20% of the top revenue producing activities. Being efficient gave us more time to focus on what mattered. But being effective is what made us a lot of money in our real estate business. Let's hit non-negotiable number 4. This one might sound kind of like a no-brainer, but I promise I've got a twist for you. It's staying honest and keeping it real with our clients. Now, obviously, leading with integrity and staying honest with your clients is the number one thing that you want to do as a real estate agent. But what we found was that also means that we need to be honest when something is outside of our scope of expertise or just not the right fit for us. And so what I mean for that is if we get a referral or an opportunity that is outside of our area, we got really serious about saying, thank you so much for thinking about us for this opportunity. It is outside of our scope, but I can connect you with the right person who will take amazing care of them. Now, I think that what happens for a lot of real estate agents is they don't want to do that because they don't want to maybe discourage from future referrals or they don't want to let people down. But what that actually did was it showed that we led with integrity and that we were resourceful enough to still provide a solution that was best for that individual, and it helped us create lasting trust with our ideal clients. Now, finally, let's hit non-negotiable number 5. If you are loving these, do me a solid, hit the like button on this video, hit subscribe. What that does is it makes me feel really warm and fuzzy, but even more importantly, it helps me know that you are liking this content, and then I know to make more of it to help support you and our other colleagues in the industry. So non-negotiable number 5 is a mindset of we are never done. And this is one that just keeps on rearing its head. I keep having to learn this lesson even after almost a decade in business. It is completely insane, and here's what I mean. This industry is always changing, and I think that we have all learned that, especially in the last couple of years. And because this industry is always changing, so are we. We are always tweaking, always curious, always finding better ways to do business. What's cool about that mindset is, number 1, it takes the pressure off of having to be perfect. So you'll never see me chasing some idea of perfection or holding back from taking action when I think that the conditions aren't perfect enough, because I know after all this time that as soon as I think something's perfect, it's going to change anyways. And so what it's allowed me to do is take action much more confidently, knowing that, yeah, things are probably not going to go according to plan, or I might might have to adjust along the way. And that's a totally natural and normal part of business. What it's also done is made sure that I'm never one of those agents who is gonna be on the other side of you during a transaction saying, well, I've been in business for 20, 30 years and this is how we did it. Like, no, we all know those agents. We love them from afar, but instead, I want to be known as the real estate agent who's always learning something new, who's flexible enough to pivot along with the market, the industry, and my clients' needs so that I am always in the best position to help those who need me. Okay, so now it's your turn. If you have years and years of business under your belt, or if you're just starting out, let me know what's one of your non-negotiables. And if you're listening to this and you're like, oh, this was really resonating with me, let me know which one you're going to be intentional about in 2024. Put it in the comments. Let's have a conversation there. I love when you leave me comments on these videos so I can see what you're thinking and see what's resonating with you.